division, the operation on division video, the third part, part C. We've talked already about the action that happens with division is separating. We talked already about some important facts, some words that we use. Here's the third important fact. What happens when you divide something by zero? This is a very interesting idea. In math, there are at least two types of calculations that have no answer, which means if you type it in your calculator can't even give you an answer. It's going to say either error or no answer. One of those types of questions is this one. When you divide something by zero, there is no answer. The answer isn't even zero. It's what's called undefined, which means if you went to a dictionary to look it up, there would be no definition even for it, because it just doesn't even make sense. So if we think about it, 5 divided by 0, we could say, okay, I'm starting with, let's say, 5 cards, and I want to divide it, and the size of one group would be 0, 5 divided by 0. How many groups can I form? Well, if every group is using 0, that means when I form the first group, I haven't used up any cards. When I form the second group, I haven't used up any cards. This could go on forever. I could form 2 million groups and I still haven't used up my 5 cards. There's just no answer to how many groups I can form if I've got 0 cards in each group. Second pattern is going to give me the same answer. So if you want to, try it on your calculator. 5 divided by 0. You'll find out that there is no answer. It'll probably say error on the screen of your calculator. With division, does the order matter? Now, we found with adding, 6 plus 2, 2 plus 6, order did not matter. We found with multiplying, 6 times 2 is 12, 2 times 6 is also 12, order does not matter. We found out with subtracting, the order did matter. And with dividing, it does too. 8 divided by 2 gives me an answer of 4. If I punch that in my calculator, let's put a story on this. 8 chocolate bars being shared with 2 people. So I'm using this second pattern over here. 8 is the number of chocolate bars I've got. Number of groups, in this case, number of people, 2 people. How many, what's the size of each group? So how many chocolate bars is person 1 going to get? How many is person 2 going to get? We're going to find out that 8 chocolate bars shared with 2 people means each person gets 4. Now, we might say, boy, my teachers always told me the big number is what goes first when I'm dividing. But you know what? We can see how this would make sense to have the small number go first, because it could be possible that I have 2 chocolate bars to share with 8 people. We could see that could be possible. So how much is each person going to get? So 2 chocolate bars shared with 8 people. I'm going to draw chocolate bar number 1. And I'm going to draw chocolate bar number 2. I need to share this with 8 people. So what if I cut them in half? That gives me, let's see, I've got now 1, 2, 3, 4 pieces to share, but I need to share it with 8 people. So I'm going to cut it again. I'm going to cut the halves in half and see if that gives me enough pieces that I can give everybody a piece of chocolate bar. Piece 1, piece 2, piece 3, piece 4, piece 5, 6, 7, and 8. Now I've got 8 pieces. So if I give somebody this first piece right here, then that means that I've given them 1 piece out of the 4 pieces to make a whole right here. That's 1/4 of the chocolate bar. So it makes sense. We've got an answer here. If I've got 2 chocolate bars and I'm sharing it with 8 people, every person's going to get 1/4 of a chocolate bar. Order matters. The way that you type your numbers into your calculator with division matters, and you can know what the order will be even before you punch it in by looking over here again. Notice it's always the thing that's being chopped up, sliced up, divided that goes first into the calculator, and then I take that number and divide it by either the size of one group, and then I'll find the number of groups, or divide it by the number of groups and find the size of one group. So either way, and that's division, the most interesting of the arithmetic operations.